Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Facing the Music with Terry Oldfield. My name is John Valdivia, producer at ithesound.com. This series, curated from candid conversations, will introduce a return to the mystery and wonder of existence, as well as our necessity to confront ourselves. We shall also feature selected pieces from Terry's extensive musical anthology. In this episode, Terry shares his experience of switching himself off due to stress and exhaustion, and how following his doctor's advice started a transition phase into living permanently in the present moment. Welcome to Facing the Music.
This was years after exegesis. It was similar, but it was different. It didn't have a reason. I did this course called exegesis, and out of it came this experience. And for me, that was why it didn't last, because I thought I had to constantly get involved with exegesis and become a helper, and I needed the support of the team, to keep me bolstered up. Whereas with this, it was more akin to the Krishnamurti thing in Mumbai in the early traveling days, when I read that bit in Krishnamurti's book, and I was suddenly catapulted into a state where I couldn't formulate a thought, but that lasted a day. Now, the exegesis thing lasted some time, but it was dependent upon having had that experience, you see. Whereas the Krishnamurti thing was also dependent upon having read that book. Whereas this was just a bolt from the blue. I switched my studio on and I switched myself off. I was literally on the floor. I switched myself off. I see it as an incredible gift, but very, very difficult at the time and painful to get used to that state. Well, looking back on that experience, it was literally a switching off of the ability to be anywhere focused out of the present moment, because to do that would create a panic attack. It would feel so uncomfortable, so I had to keep bringing myself back to being here on the sofa, or refocus on the chair over there, or really carefully walk down the stairs and make myself a cup of tea. I couldn't go out yet for a long time, because it was, as soon as the attention went away from the present moment, there was this huge sort of expansion, and this terrible fear would come in. And this is why I thought I had a brain tumor or something, because I mean, the mind tries to explain these things. So my wonderful doctor, she just took one look at me and said, "Look, Terry, you just got to do what you want to do and give it 2 weeks and then come back and see me." It was the most fantastic advice, because suddenly there was no obligation to do anything at all other than be, like you said, Terry, or whatever this is, in response to the present moment. So I was just able to go and lie on the sofa, not feeling bad about it, not feeling I had to be back on my desk or fulfilling any kind of obligations. And even the children were supportive, "You okay, Daddy?" The phone would ring and the producer would say, "Oh, don't worry, that's okay. We'll be fine. You just take it easy. Well, just let us know how you go. And there was this enormous support came in because the universe was giving me this gift, this real gift of a break from this tunnel vision of obligation and doing. I never went back, you see. I never went back to that. The film work started to take a backseat to doing stuff that I wanted to do because I was given this gift that it made me feel awkward to be doing anything else. I can't really remember how long it lasted, but it was months, several months that I was in this state, whereas slowly I would go out into the world or go for walks or drive. What happened was, looking back on it, it became normal to be like that. It became normal. It was no longer an extraordinary situation where I didn't have this doing energy being acted upon all the time. There was a kind of doing energy which turned into just energy. That energy became the focus that allowed me to come more into the present moment. The problem comes with when you've got everything in a material sense. It's in the nature of the mind to want more, and so being a problem solver, the mind is something which, if it doesn't have a problem, it gets really uptight and will want to create a problem to solve. And so the people with money and possessions can never be happy because there's got to be something more. And this is where the spiritual path comes in, because that is the way into the unknown. People like Siddhartha, he had everything and was miserable as hell because he couldn't be happy having everything. So he had to go out into the world and become a beggar and do all that sort of stuff. And he found the present moment by the river, and that was his happiness. That was the happiness, because the happiness lies in not having a reason to be happy. And this is the no way of doing. The no way of doing is the realization that nothing, no thing can ever make me happy. No thing. So nothing, no object, nothing I can focus on will ever do it, because I am happiness itself. I am looking for myself, and I'm already it. Any step towards searching for it is a step away from it. But to actually get it, you have to experience it as a complete and utter failure. There is no way I'm going to get it.
Thank you for listening to Facing the Music. We want to extend our gratitude for your company today. For enriching context and further insight into our series, do visit ithesound.com/Terry. We have provided all the pertinent information in the description. For those interested in delving deeper into Terry's compelling journey, his biography, Only Now, is readily available on all major online bookstores. It is an intimate and insightful account of a life dedicated to music and spiritual awakening. Lastly, please visit terryoldfield.com to stay up to date with Terry's latest endeavors. Once again, thank you for your time. This is John Valdivia from ithesound.com.